How can you say that to me? I've come 6,000 kilometers and all you have to say is... How can you say that to me? How can you say that to me? I've come 6,000 kilometers and all you have to say for yourself is... Give him a smack? I mean, do you have any idea? Are you out of your mind? Do you understand that you are the reason I can't manage to be happy? I can't enjoy my work. I'm so afraid I'll be a bad father to my son. I get irritated with him over nothing. I always feel judged. And you tell me to give him a smack? What do you want me to do? Send him to the hospital? Like Mom? Like me? Those were the last word I ever said to my father on his deathbed. Actually, no, they were the only words I said. It took me a lifetime to find the courage to stand up to him. By then, he was just lying there in pain. I don't know if it changed anything. I always feel like I'm running, trailing gunpowder behind me. And this fear, it makes me run faster and faster to keep from burning up. I don't know what to do. I wish I could find a place to stop. And yet my father died in 1999, and his mother too, my grandmother, in 1994. There was no one left, except my great-grandmother, Omi Mouna, who was born at the turn of the 28th century, who doesn't know me, whom I don't know. Maybe she could. You're an idiot. I can go and meet her. It always takes me forever to put two and two together. But now there is not a moment to lose. I call my best friend Xavier in Belgium. Long distance number. Perhaps he's sleeping, time zone difference. Oh, hi, hey, hello, Xavier. Hi, what? You were sleeping? Oh, I'm sorry. Time zone, I forgot it. Listen, yes, I'm going. Yeah. And you, how is it going? Good? Yeah, great. Listen, you know, Omi Mouna, yeah, in Tunisia, yeah. So she's about to turn 100, maybe more. They didn't exactly run to City Hall back then for a birth certificate. You know what we should do? We should go see her and make a film about her. What do you say? When? Xavier, she's 100 years old. Tick, 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 tick. You know what I mean? Now, right away. We get on a plane, I'll meet you, and we go. Okay? What do you mean you're working? Come on, take a vacation. I'll bring a movie camera and... What? Who will do the filming? Oh, but, well, you obviously. What do you mean you don't know how to use a camera? Come on, relax. You put it on automatic. It films all by itself. And I take a plane to Brussels, then another one to Tunis. You know, the kind of airplane that fits inside a theater. مرحبا بكم سيدتي welcome to the flight to Tunis. The temperature is fantastic. That's not Arabic, huh? It's the intercom crackling. We can never understand a word the captain is saying, but it sounds more or less like this. Good morning, Monsieur, Madame. It's your captain speaking. My name is Mohammed. I'd like to introduce you, my friend, my co-pilot. His name is also Mohammed. That's easier for everybody. I want to tell you that this flight is very special. It's non-smoking, please. So you don't put your smoking, just things to go swimming and all this stuff. Very light clothes. D'accordo? Also, fasten your seatbelt. Very important because some troubles in the fly also. D'accordo? So we're gonna depart in 2 minutes. I welcome you, and our mission is to bring you home to the roots of your family and also to the beach. Okay? Well, so which CD gonna, yeah, it's an old airplane with CD, not MP3. Oh, here. And 3. Stay in the life, stay in the life, stay on. That's gonna help us. Stay in life, stay on the life. Okay, give me the checklist. The checklist. Okay, the checklist. The gas. Okay, the gas is okay. The oil. Okay. The tire. The air in the tire. It doesn't work. The tire. I don't know. Oh, wait a moment. Hey, you! Yeah, you! Yes, you! You're making sign there. Yes, come. Don't worry. Come back. Come here. I said come, so come. How is it going? Good. Yeah, everything is good. The wife is good. Yes, and your children, very good. And the father, mother, everything is good. Great. Yeah, me too. Listen, can you help me, please? You go back and you touch the tire and you see if there is enough air for me. You can do that for me? Yes, I can go. Thank you very much. Tower control. Here is flight number 73. I forget. No, 337. No, which number is? I forgot it. Tower control. Can you help me the number? If you don't have the number, I don't give the permission. Please help me. Give me the first number. Just the first number. 0. Yes, 000. That's right. Like usual. Can I have the permission to fly, please? What? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Yes or no? This is a yes? I say yes, okay. Let's go, we go. And the airplane goes and depart. And he takes all his time. You see, I don't know if you know that, but this machine can go around 1,000 kilometers per hour, but no. You do about 2 or 3 kilometers. So here I do some 2 or 3 steps, but you imagine it's 2 or 3 kilometers. I can do that. Huh? If you don't understand that, you never understand a word of the show. Huh? When I come to the runway, he stops. And he waits. And he waits. And he waits. And suddenly he turned the plane, but very, very softly. This is too fast. Very, very. Like if we didn't have wait enough at the custom with the baggage, and we are 2-3 hours before to take the plane over. As we are lined at the runway, guess what? He waits. So the passengers, come on, let's go. I paid for 1 week holiday, come on. He waits, and when the captain wants, he pushed the gas, something here or there. I don't know actually because I'm not the pilot, but you know what? We're gonna make it on the pedal, you know, like in your car. So he pushed the gas, and so the motor. But exactly the same moment he pushed on the brakes. I cannot do the 2 feet, otherwise I'll fall. But imagine, and then the planes go, I go or not, and the passengers, let's go. And when the passengers became crazy, really crazy, he opens the door to look at them. He leave the brakes, and then the plane full speed. The runway is about 2 or 3 kilometers long. Okay? The other planes takes off about halfway, but not the Tunisians. They pay for all the runway. They're going to use the whole runway. And just at the end, you lift, and so the plane go up. We cross Air France. Hello. We don't want to disturb. We go. Oh, I think that's a little too high. Ladies and gentlemen, your captain is speaking again. Always Mohammed, remember me? I'd like you to ask you to put your fasten seatbelt very, very, very... because we're gonna... When you see there, this is Tunis Carthage, the little point there in the distance. This is Tunis Carthage airport, so you're gonna feel some bubbles in the belly. This is the most part I love it much. And just we are pulled up right in front of the terminal, right on time. Passport, please. Is it you on the picture? Yes. Mohsen al-Gharbi? وين تمشي خويا? Pardon me? وين تمشي خويا? Sorry, I don't speak Arabic. Oh, Mohsen al-Gharbi, Republic of Tunisia, and you don't speak Arabic. Yeah, the thing is my father didn't speak Arabic to me. Oh, it's your father. It's because of your father. That's right. Ah, I see. Sure. Yeah, Fatma. Ish. Come. I've got another one, just like my son. It's all his father's fault. No, I never say that. All I say, it's my father didn't speak Arabic to me. I've heard this sub-story before. Which language you speak? French, Dutch, English, so, Italian. And where did you learn everything? Here and there. So you cannot learn Arabic from here, there, huh? Yeah, sure. Listen. I'm going to visit my family. I'm seeing my aunties, my uncles, my first cousins, my second cousins, my aunties-in-laws, my first cousin once removed, his daughter, which I love. Samia, Lilia, Leila, Jamila, Khadija, Yusuf, I forget it. I have the same family as you. And when I come back before to take the plane back home, I offer you tea, we play cards, and everything in Arabic. Is that true? I swear it. That is very kind. I'll let you pass. Enjoy your stay. Thank you. Hey! What now? Passport, please. Oh, no ink. A lot of pages. There, that should cover you for a few years, maybe for the rest of your life. Wow, that's very nice, thank you. And as soon as we step out of the airport, taxi drivers are crowded all around us. Hey, come with me, come with me. Oh, easy. Whoa. Xavier, which one you want to take? The man with the mustache. No, and one tugs at us to get in his taxi, and we leave the airport. He watches the road. I watch the rear view mirror. He watches the road. I watch the rear view mirror. Curious to see if I'm watching him in the rear view mirror, he glances at it. I catch his eye and say, turn on the meter. Huh? Turn on the meter. Oh, no, there is no need. I know the price by heart. I said, turn on the meter. No, listen. I'll give you the friend's discount. Even my mother, I'll make her pay more. I said, turn on the meter or we are getting out. Okay. Here I'm turning on the meter. Happy now? You know what? I'm turning even the radio for the same price. No charge. It's for me. We drive on, and soon the sounds of the city can be heard in the distance. Tunis. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I have an uncle. He has a little carpet shop with caravans. Women weave them by hand for months and months. You pay them for nursing. No, that's all right. Keep going. Okay, sure. No problem. I have a cousin. Very nice cousin. Very sympathetic. He has a little shop with, not carpet, how do you say, pottery from Nebel. Handmade, very nice. Sheep. No. We go straight to Pont du Face. Sure. No problem. You have money problems? Is that it, huh? And not wanting to waste his time with me, he speeds up 3rd, 4th, 5th gear, and we arrive at Pont du Fas, we drive through Pont du Fas and we pull up. He lets us out, tosses the suitcases and takes off, leaving us in a great cloud of dust. Hey, sir, I haven't paid you. Yeah, Mohsen. It's not money that matters. Yeah, Mohsen. He knows me? Oh, Xavier, let's get started. Well, give me a minute. Oh, wow. What a beautiful camera. Yeah. How it's working this. Okay. Oh, Mohsen. Right. It's dark. The cover, huh? The cover, Xavier. The cover. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, Mohsen, move back. I can't only see your nose. I can't. There is a house behind me, so you have to zoom out. And stop playing with the camera. Listen, Xavier. It's a film about Omi Mouna, so never mind that I'm an actor, okay? You film her, just her. Get it? Ready? I'm opening the door. Relax. That camera is fully automatic. It films all by itself, okay? Here. Okay, ready? Oh, wow. There she is. Go on, film. Omi. أمي وين شوي هنا شكون محسن ولد أحمد ولد زهرة. Oh, now just for you I do the simultaneous translation, okay? أمي who is it? Mohsen, Ahmed's son, Zahra's grandson. Ahmed, Zahra. Oh, Ahmed, my grandson who left it for Belgium when he was just a boy. Oh, Mohsen, that's you. Oh, you're so nice and big and so handsome too. Come here, let me give you. How is your father? Well, he's dead. My grandson is dead. My grandson is dead. Oh, that was ages ago. Oh, that's not so sad then. That's all right. And my daughter, Zahra, your grandmother, how is she? Well, she's dead too. My daughter is dead. Oh, no, that was even longer ago. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Standing there, letting me cry like that? Okay, listen, I want you, I'd like to meet you, my best friend. We want to make a film about you. Why do you want to make a film about me? Why? Oh, come on, Omi. You lived for a century, 2 world wars. Huh? It's incredible. You must have seen incredible things. Your husband, for instance. Can you tell me about him? I have no husband. Of course you do. I swear to you, I have no husband. As God is my witness. Well, I'm here, which means you had an husband. Mohsen, do you see an husband around here? Huh? No, not now, but before. Before? Oh, him. Yes, him. Muhammad, that's right, Muhammad. I forgot about him. What was he like? Sometimes he was there, I served him, and sometimes he wasn't there, and he wasn't there. Sure, but what was he like? Tell me a story for the camera, the public, the audience. Even one little anecdote is fine. Huh? Mohsen, why are you dwelling on the past? Huh? You're dwelling too much on the past. You, young people, you dwell too much on the past. There was no days back then. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it was all the same day. Yeah, sure, but... Xavier, cut. She's tired. We let her have a rest. Oh, you know what we can do? We can go to a home village, grab some background footage. Maybe we'll run into people who knew her as a child. We get a car, leave Pont du Fas, drive several kilometers, past fields of olive trees, as far as the eye can see. Burning sun, wet soil. We drive up, and at the end of the day, we come to the foot of a mountain. We ascend, and halfway up the summit, descend again. At the foot of the mountain, we are greeted by dozens and dozens of children. Hey, easy. Hey, Xavier, film. A little boy throws me a ball. I dribble a bit, pass it back. He dribbles, triples, quadruples. Hey, good job. He passes it back. What? Huh? Oh, okay. Challenge? Okay. Look this. Oh, please talk amongst yourselves. I will be back in a minute. I need to bond with this kid, okay? Watch this, watch the ball, and all the way around my hips. Nobody can do this but me. He's impressed. I've made a new friend. Anna, Mouna. I want, how do you say that? And have talk. How do you say talk? Kelm, yes. I want to talk to people. Anna have kelmness. And he points to a little shop in the distance. I thank him. We walk towards the little shop, and once we are at the door, we realize that the shop isn't so very little. We can enter easily. I go first, Xavier follows. On one side, 3 customers and a wooden counter. Behind the wooden counter, the shopkeeper. Behind the shopkeeper are shelves filled with cans of every color. No gaps whatsoever. A perfect mosaic right up to the ceiling. I'm sure if he could have, he would even have covered the ceiling. Justement. D'accord. عريسة واحدة. اوكي واحدة عريسة اخويا. جلبانة واحدة. 2 3. D'accord. Did you notice that whenever he sells an item from his shelves, he immediately takes a replacement from his reserve and fills the gap? It makes you wonder why he doesn't not just sell the ones from his reserve. Xavier and I watch the commercial transactions taking place. We quickly realize that something more than commerce is going on here. People are trading the news of the day and the day before that. Marriages, deaths, births, circumcisions. When they have exhausted all their topics of conversation, they stop and look at us. Hello, Anna, Mohsen, Xavier. And now an old man approaches us. Anna, Mahmoud, Inji, Will Mouna. Oh no, I'm not Mouna's son. Anna, Wild. Oh, now I've lost count. Son, grandson, great-grandson. Khoya, no differences. You are Mouna's son. There are no differences here. When you came into the store, I recognize you right away. You really look like her. They are like 2 drops of water. Mouna. She was really very beautiful. You too, you are very handsome. Hey, Xavier, are you getting this? Huh? Mahmoud motions us to follow him. We leave the store, we walk through the village, and in the middle, we stop. Your mother, I mean your grandmother, great-grandmother. Oh, please, don't age me. When I was young, Omi Mouna and I, we played together. And one day she disappeared. Years later, she came back, 16 or 17 or 18 years old or like that. The whole village fell in love because she was very beautiful. And I asked for her hand, but she said no. So I married Fatma. What do you want to do? We come to a cluster of bushes Mahmoud pushes a branch aside, waves me through, then Xavier, and then he follows. We are now in a field. Oh, wow. You see, this field, it belonged to Muna's father. You see, he grew everything you need for couscous. How do you say? Potatoes, tomatoes, chilies, everything. He had a little house over there with sheep and chickens and like that, running around. That was back when chickens ran around. Oh, wow. Hey, Xavier, give me a shot. Starting here, panning slowly. Take your time so the audience can imagine. And when you get to the house, zooming on. I know there is no house anymore, but the audience will use their imagination, okay? Great. Now show me what that looks like. Xavier? Monsieur Mahmoud? Hey, Xavier! Quit messing around! Monsieur Mahmoud! Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I get it. How silly of me. You don't know me, but when I go for a walk in the city, in the country, wherever, I often get mesmerized by something pretty. Even say a dandelion. I see it and I'm enchanted. It can last for hours. My friends are used to it and they go for a beer. Okay, Xavier, I'm done being enchanted. Come back. Come back. Come on. There was a cluster of bushes here. You all saw them, right? In the distance, I never noticed them before. There is a man digging with a spade and a woman picking tomatoes who give them to a young girl who put them in a basket. I start walking, and as soon as I reach them... excuse me, sir. I came with Monsieur Mahmoud, the old man, my best friend and I come to see, and I don't actually know what, I got distracted. And they left. Can you please tell me how to get back to the village? And he keeps digging. Sorry to bother you. Oh, you think I'm a tourist? I'm visiting? No. I'm Tunisian, just like you. What? My face? Oh, yes, I know. Oh, no, wait. Oh, look, I have my passport right here. Wait. Oh, here it is. Look, Mohsen El Gharbi, Republic of Tunisia. What? My white skin? Oh, no, that's nothing. That's my mother. She's from Antwerp. She's Flemish from Belgium. We have this kind of very, very powerful breed there. It makes everything white. And he keeps digging. I'm an idiot. I'm speaking to you in French. Anna came, Anna Jit, the old man. How do you say the old man? Come on, the old man, who walks like this, You're very, very old. Why didn't my father speak Arabic to me? And he keeps digging. That's not very nice. The worst thing you can do to a man is to ignore him. Look, if you keep digging, I'm going to throw myself in front of you, so you have to stop working. And he keeps digging. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And I throw myself in front of him, and he jabs me with a spade and goes right through me. Nothing? Oh, I get it. I'm asleep at home. Pinch me, chérie. I throw some water on me. Come on, do something. I don't know, wake me up. The peasant keeps digging. Suddenly, in the distance, a man with a grey beard approaches on a mule. 2 other mules trailing behind him. On reaching the peasant, he halts. The peasant stops digging. Oh, great. For him, you stop. He joins Greybeard and they start talking. I come over to hear their conversation. I understand one word out of two. They seem to reach an agreement. They shake hands. The peasant takes one of the mules and crosses the field. In the middle, he stops. Hiya, Mouna! Hisha! The young girl stops harvesting tomatoes. Hiya! Clings to her mother's skirt. The peasant comes over, takes the young girl by the wrist, and starts to pull. The young girl clings to her mother's skirt with all her might. The skirt is stretched taut. He crosses the field, reaches the mule, helps her onto one, and the mules turn around and depart. The peasant loves digging and returns to his task without delay. The mother, however, prefers to watch the mules moving away, forming a dust cloud in the distance that gets smaller and smaller there on the horizon. Hiya! Now, she's the one putting the tomatoes in the basket, still staring after the cloud there in the distance as it shrinks to the size of a grain of sand. Oh, there is something about this place, and I don't know why. I start running to catch up to the girl. I look her all afternoon. We walk beneath the burning sun, and at the end of the day we come to the foot of a mountain. We start to ascend, and halfway up the summit, descend again. At the foot of the mountain there is a Tunisian village, and as in all Tunisian villages, dozens and dozens of white houses. We stop at the first house. Greybeard dismounts from his mule, ties it on a tree, enters a modest courtyard. At one end of the courtyard, a traditional Arab one-room dwelling, a modest house with a modest door. He enters. Hiya, Hisha! The young girl tenses. Hiya! She dismounts. Still too small, she lets herself slide down. Her headscarf gets caught on the saddle and comes undone, and liberates her long hair. Hiya! She joins him, crossing the courtyard. I follow her. She comes to the door. Hiya! And she gets in. The door closes in front of me. I stand there, hesitating. I hear the silence of the first time. The door opens. Greybeard. He looks at me. I look at him. He comes towards me. I find myself nose to him. He takes another step and goes right through me. He walks to the edge of the courtyard, turns around. You cook! I'll be back. And disappears. The young girl gets up, comes to the door. I look at her. She looks at me. I smile at her. She comes towards me. and goes right through me. I'm still not quite used to being gone through. I retreat a bit to consider the situation. She walks to the edge of the courtyard, takes a clay jug, fills a basin with water, goes back into the house, pours the water on the floor, takes a large white rag, the largest one she can find, drops through the ground and hurries to suck up the water. But the water escapes through the door, fills the courtyard, and I find myself quickly surrounded by it, forced to stand on tiptoe. I try to see through the water, but the water has reddened with shame. The young girl pushes the rag around and around and around until it's sopping wet, comes over to the tree and rings it with all her might. Until it has recovered all his whiteness. Then she hangs the rag on a branch of the tree. She takes a clay bowl, fills it with charcoal, and lights it. When the fire is burning well, she puts it aside, takes a potato, a knife, and starts peeling. I don't know about you, but when I peel a potato, I turn the knife around the potato. She, on the other hand, holds the knife still and turns the potato. At last, you have learned something tonight. When she has finished peeling the potato, she returns to the canoe, puts 3 chili peppers on the embers, and waits. You don't take the time to cook anymore. Some nights I'm going too fast and they are not done. When the chilies are ready, she picks up the first one, removes the skin, breaks off the stem, and places it in a copper mortar. She does the same with the 2 others. She takes a copper pestle and crushes them. Dum, 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 Pardon her, dear chilies. What you don't know is that soon, when we'll eat you, we'll feel hot. You'll burn our tongues. We will even weep. So, in a way, she's avenging herself in advance. And in a blink of an eye, she has prepared 3 Tunisian dishes. A jilbena, a mlokhaya, and shorba. She set them on a low, small table. I'm so sorry, I cannot share the recipes with you. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. My family is being very, very strict about this. What I can do, on the other hand, is to give you a bit of the aroma. She sits, and she waits, and she waits, and she waits, and she falls asleep. Greybeard doesn't come back the next day, nor the next night either. The day after that, Still nothing. So she's forced to make the meal all over again. Then comes the 4th day, the 5th day. On the 6th day, she makes the meal again and waits until the 9th day. He still hasn't come back. There remains not a potato, not a tomato, not a chili. She takes her courage in both hands, crosses the courtyard, and without permission, sets one foot outside, then the other, goes around the village, knocking on every door to look for work, but finding none. Finally, she leaves the village, still without permission. She walks 4 or 5 kilometers to the estate of the colonists who owned more or less all the land in the region. She shows him how she can dig. At the end of the day, she receives 3 potatoes, 2 chilies, and 1 tomato. Thank you. She walks back to the village, prepares the meal, sits, and waits, and waits. And still he doesn't come back. And the day after that, nothing. So she walks back to the estate, digs all day, comes back, prepares the meal, goes again, comes back, and the days go by, the weeks, the months. I find myself a little spot in the shade of an olive tree. I watch her dig all day. I do try to help her at first, but I can't grasp anything. Oh, I know what you're thinking. What an idiot. Does he not realize he has a problem? Huh? You can't just go around being invisible. Yes, I'm aware. I'm just like you. You know, when I have a problem, I put it off until tomorrow. I tell myself it will sort itself out. Wait, that young girl. Omi? Omi Mouna? Omi, it's Mohsen. Oh yes. I know, it's a little bit strange. I'm bigger than you. I should be smaller. I'm talking to you, but you can't hear me. Oh, wait, you. 3 potatoes, 2 chilies, and 1 tomato. She walks back to the village, prepares the meal, and waits, and waits. And just as she's about to fall asleep, she takes a spoon, dips it in the soup, brings it to her lips, and at this very moment, the door opens, greybeard. Take pass it out! You eat in my place now! Mouna tenses, gets up, goes to the other side of the room, and sits. Greybeard takes his seat, drinks the soup, eats the first dish, the second, and leaves nothing. He goes back into the courtyard, takes a Quran, sits and starts to read. أشهد لا وأشهد إن محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله مالك يوم الدين. أشهد إن محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله مالك يوم الدين. Mouna gets up, goes to clear the table, leans forward in order to squat. In order to sit. In all things considered, she decides to lie down instead. Huh? Wait, what? No, don't move. Stop reading. She's about to. Stop reading. Excuse me. voice is invisible. Omi, come on, call out. Huh? Ya Allah, Allah. Yeah. Ya Allah. Yeah, that's it. Ya Allah. Come on, louder. Ya Allah. Come on. Ya Allah. Come on. Ya Allah. Ya Mektub Allah. Yeah, that's it. Come on, a little louder. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Ya Mektub Allah. Ya Allah. Ya Mektub Allah. Ya Allah. The sound travels through the village in search of a midwife. A midwife hears the call, picks up a basin and rags, comes to the edge of the courtyard, drops water from the clay jug, goes into the room, and closes the door. Oh yes, I forgot, that's not acceptable behavior. I was there, when my son was born. Oh, it was amazing. They told me, get ready, because when it happens fast. I was there, I was ready, and suddenly I saw his hair, so small, very, very small, but the things were widening and widening and widening. Get ready! When the head comes, everything comes. I was ready, and the head came out. The cord. Right. It's much tougher than you think. Oh, wow. Oh, he's so beautiful. He's so little. I mean, he's little, but if you try to fold him up and to put him back inside, you couldn't do it. Oh, wow. When my son was born, everyone said to me, take all the time you can. It goes by fast. This time, I'm lucky. I've nothing to do except to take my days and spend them with little Ibrahim, Mouna's son. Whoa. Oh, come on. How can there be two of them already? I didn't even have time to be... 3? What? Oh, 4? 5? Whoa! 6? When was Muhammad even here? I told you, right? It goes by quickly, no? Huh? Don't you feel that way on December 31st at 11:59 p.m. when you have just poured the champagne, huh? And you are holding that glass with a little bubble popping, Huh? And by the way, I'm certain they are intended to distract us from the time going by. And we are clink our glasses and think, how does time go by so fast? And yet so many times this year, I was so bored. It's a paradox, right? So yes, we've kind of zipping through this part. But I think you get the idea. Muhammad comes back for the bare minimum of time and disappears again. And sometimes he stays for a while. One day, I follow him. We'll leave the village. We walk 2 or 3 kilometers. We come to the foot of a mountain. We start to ascend, and halfway up the summit, there is a mausoleum, and next to it, a one-room schoolhouse. When you go inside, there are a dozen students sitting on the ground with slates on their knees. أشهد لا إله وأشهد إن محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله مالك يوم الدين. Muhammad is a muaddib, a teacher of the Quran. أشهد لا إله إلا الله مالك يوم الدين. أشهد لا إله وأشهد إن محمد رسول الله. And just as he disappears for several months a year, he also disappears for several hours a day. He leaves the school. The children, meanwhile, continue their lesson. أشهد لا إله وأشهد إن محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله مالك يوم. But they are still children. And they ran from the classroom. In front of the school, there are mountains and a narrow road. They play with whatever they can find. A can, a wire, some pebbles. A car comes speeding down the road. A black Citroën traction. If that name means nothing to you, imagine a 1920s Ford sedan, okay? Oh, that means nothing for you too. Imagine a very old car. Since most of them have never seen a car, it frightens them. They jostle each other to get away, knocking over a clay jug which shatters, spilling all the water on the ground, which needed it badly. They scurry back into the classroom, returning to their knees and to their lesson. At this very moment, the door opens, greybeard. Shkun basalme! Who spilled the water? Hinti! Hinti! Hi! Kul ekulu falaka! You shall all eat the falaka! The falaka is a long stick like this, with a rope attached at this end and that end. All the length running between. You put one foot here, the other foot there, and you pull it nice and tight around the ankles. Now, our little classmate is there with the soles of his feet pointing up at the sky and his head down like this at the proper angle. Greybeard takes out his thin light rod. Technique is very important. Concentration is required. The foot is very small. You have to strike from the heel right up to the toes. You must not miss a single spot. When you've done with the first foot, you go on to the second. And depending on your mood, you can do 1, 2, 3 rounds and even start over again. Then you release the little classmate and greybeard make sure the falaka is properly passed down. Hiya! Huh? Hiya! And the next classmate, who might be a cousin or even a brother, is attached to the falaka at the proper angle. Hiya! Jaya schwieken, jaya! 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 Hiya! 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 And from classmate to classmate, from cousin to brother, the whole class gets a turn. The students are let out early today. The most agile walks home on their hands. The bravest on all fours. The rest as best as they can. Philosophical reflections can be heard as they pass. Why did they put the school so far from our house? When Ibrahim and his youngest brother come home, no sooner have they set foot inside the courtyard than Mouna rushes over to them and bandages their feet. Yusuf is so terrified, it takes him 3 months to recover from his anxious state. Meanwhile, Greybeard returns. Do you want to kill them or what? At this moment, I understand I need to stay with Mouna. Oh, I love spending my days with her. The days are simple. Every morning, she makes breakfast, gets the children dressed, walks to the estate, walks there, arrives at the estate and digs from morning to night. And every evening, she comes back, prepares the meal, gets the children ready for bed, and then she looks at them one by one, because she knows you have to look at children so they grow, so they have confidence. From time to time, I try to catch her eye, so she looks at me too. So I grow a little. Oh, those are the normal days, but there are also special days. 2 or 3 times a year, she doesn't go to the estate. Instead, she sits in a corner of the courtyard on a stool. She takes a medium-sized sieve and pours the couscous. She takes a finer sieve. Her first airplane. And suddenly, a young German soldier barrels in at top speed. Bitte. Ich habe eine Hauptsektion, sie bin her, so tragisch, ich kann nicht mehr mit Männer. In Schreider, sie bin hart, ich fühle das Reden, sondern du. Well, I don't really speak German, but it sounds more or less like this. She doesn't speak German and French. She understands only Tunisian Arabic, but she can see in his eyes that there is a problem. She puts down the sieve, lifts her skirt, and invites him to... And at this very moment, 2 French soldiers appear carrying machine guns. Oh, bonjour madame. You see men go by? Oh, you're referring to the men who just traversed my path? Yes. He headed on southerly direction towards Cairo. If you press without a delay, you should be able to catch up to him with ease. Mon Dieu, madame, your French is excellent. Of course, we have been very well colonized. Thank you. You're welcome. Dankeschön. He looks at her, she looks at him, he smiles at her, she smiles at him. And this young German soldier, after the war, perhaps he made it home, possibly by way of France and Belgium. Back in his village, perhaps he married and had children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren of my generation. And who knows, even great-great-grandchildren of my children's generation. There is a Jewish proverb that goes, whoever saves a single life have saved the whole world. I love spending my days with Mouna. And everyone looks forward Friday, market day, but also the day of the khalwa. You know the khalwa? The candy that looks like this, dip it in honey, and when you pop it in your mouth, you... Remember when you were little? That was a while ago, sure? But, well, the children can't wait. So Mouna sets off to the market, maybe 1.5 kilometers, 2 maximum. But the children scamper and laugh about so much that for them it's 5 or 6 kilometers. Except today. Today we are in a single file. Greybeard had the terrible idea of coming with us. On the way, we pass by a man. The man looks at Mouna. Mouna looks at the man. The man smiles at Mouna. She smiles at him. Greybeard notices, but says nothing. We get to the market, no khalwa. We get home, and no soon as we set foot inside the courtyard, then Greybeard grabs Mouna's wrist, flings her into the house, takes out his wooden rod. This technique is different and at the same time somewhat similar. The distance between the pelvis and the back of the neck is quite large. Concentration is required. You must not miss a single spot. I forgot about my invisibility. I did it. I stopped him. No, that's not my hand. It's Ibrahim, the eldest. And Greybeard throws him on the ground. And once all the hatred on earth has been discharged, he goes into the courtyard, sits, and waits. And waits. When the night has fallen, he waits another hour. Then gets up and ties his mule, goes through the village. At the end of the village, he goes another 600 meters to the last house. Dismounts from his mule, ties it, and hides behind a tree. This house is also a single room with light in the single window. He waits. He waits. The light goes out. He waits another hour in perfect silence. And very softly approaches the house, comes to the door, opens it, goes into the room, and discovers the man who smiled at Mouna, and beside him a woman, both fast asleep. He takes out a large knife, comes over to the woman, puts his hand on her mouth, cuts the sleeping mat in half, and still in perfect silence, rolls it up. And with extraordinary strength, lifts the woman up, carries her on his shoulder, sets her down on his mule, and back he goes through the village in the black night. No, that's not true. There is a quarter known. No, not even. An eighth. Just enough to get your bearings. He comes home, opens the door, lays the woman down between Mouna and Ibrahim, returns into the courtyard, sits and sleeps. At last, a faint orange glow appears. In the distance, the crow of a rooster who wants to assert that he is the boss. And suddenly, breaking the silence, a strange brouhaha for such a peaceful village. I go to the edge of the courtyard. I can barely see through the dim light. And suddenly, I recognize the man who smiled at Mouna, and his brother, and another brother, and his younger brothers, and also his older brother, and his 3 brothers-in-law, and too many cousins to count. Even his grandfather and an uncle. My goodness, they're quite an impressive family. Oh, his neighbors are here too, and even some men he didn't know who wanted in on the action anyway. Ya Kalb, the dog, the dirty dog, let's kill him! Greybeard wakes up, walks to the edge of the courtyard, realizes, retreats, trembles. It's the first time I've seen him experience fear. He turns and starts to run. At this exact moment, the cavalry arrive, load their rifles, and fire. A volley of bullets soars into the sky. Not one of them finds his target. He disappears into the mountains. The man who smiled at Mouna arrives in the courtyard, opens the door, takes out a knife, and cuts his wife's bonds. Takes out a rod, and realizes he has already been avenged. Returns to his clan and disappears. The neighbors come running and discover little Ibrahim and Mouna in a pool of blood. They lay them on makeshift stretchers and they begin to jog towards the hospital, which is several hours on foot. On the way, little Ibrahim, his hand in Mouna's, says, "Oh, Omi, look how pretty they are, the olive branches cutting across the sky with the leaves just touching at the ends. Oh, look, you can see the blue sky between them. Perfect. You know, Omi, I've seen so many beautiful things in my life. If you don't mind, I'm just going to stay where I am." And his little hand slips out of Mouna's. And they carry her to the hospital 3 hours away. Now, as I face up to the one who has tattooed himself on our family history, I must find the words more piercing than the ones I improvised beside my father's deathbed, in which he ignored. False protector, you enter this house like a foreign invader. You bully them. You spit your hatred on them, on her, she who bears your children, who care for them during your endless months of absence. Why? Where do you come from? What ways give rise to you? You know your sons will have children, and their and others will shape our world. Huh? You read and reread holy words. You recite them by heart. You sing them even. Is there something in these pages you cannot understand? Huh? You've learned to write this ancient script. Hmm? You read. She cannot. And still you beat her? Hmm? You have no extenuating circumstances with which to plead your case. Your culture, your religious practice are just whispers in the wind. Lies to bring you closer of human beings. Blinded by your title. Bowing humbly to you. They did not expect their backs to be offerings in an ancestral tribal sacrifice. Their blood waters our olive trees, which bear bitter witness. Is that why the earth is so muddy here and there, heavy with clay? How many bodies have bled for the red in our soil? It takes 3 months to Mouna to recover. When she returns home, no sooner has she set foot inside the courtyard that she discovers a woman. The woman raises her eyes and looks at Mouna. They stare at each other for a long moment. Mouna understands. She comes over and sees the woman is peeling potatoes. Crushing down, she takes a potato and starts peeling. The woman is as surprised as you and me to see that she does not move the knife. And they prepare the meal together. 3 Tunisian dishes with vibrant color and entrancing aromas. The second wife uses the table. Mouna prefers to sit in the corner. The new wife, who wants to be a good wife, keeps practicing the knife still all evening under the watchful eye of Mouna. Not easy. And with hard work and concentration, at the end of the evening, she manages to turn the potatoes. Good work. Thank you. At this very moment, the door opens, Greybeard enters. Take off your plastic towel, you eat in my place now. He takes out his wooden rod, strides toward her. He's surprised when his hand is blocked. Turns around, is even more surprised to see little Mouna. He advances on her, goes to throw her down, but little Mouna, with all her might, pushes Greybeard, who loses his balance. The second wife has been working very hard to perfect her technique, her knife still pointing straight up to the sky. Concentrated. Oops. No, not oops. You go like this and then like that and side by side and turn around and then you go push it further in. Come on, what are you waiting for? I don't know what's happening. My hand is moving by itself. No, that's me. Oh, it's like I'm possessed. Oh. The two of them look at the body. They each take a foot and start to pull. Cross the courtyard. Come to the tree. Mouna takes a spade and begin to dig. And she digs 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters. Whew. Come on. Push the body in. Huh? Push the body in. Yeah, Mouna. A little deeper, if you please. You're right. And she digs and digs. 4, 5, 6, 10 meters. Woo. Come on, throw the body down. Yeah, Mouna, if you please. A little deeper. You're right. 15, 20, 30. Woo. Throw the body down. What? I said shove the body in. Oh, okay. Stand back a little. Will do. And they shovel the dirt back into the hole together. And when it's filled all the way up, they trunk it down. To be sure, even I get in on the action. No one sees us? At last, a quiet evening awaits. We all drink tea. The children go to sleep early. So does Mouna. So does the second wife. In the morning, well before the rooster crows, a strange brouhaha awakens Mouna and the second wife. The door opens, and they discover a line of men stretching to infinity. All the bachelors of the village are there, and even the neighbors from the neighbors' village too. All are suitors. In other words, the Arab telephone is in good working order. The first one arrives. Everything is okay. Yamuna, I've worked all my life without even thinking about marriage. But I've saved up. Oh, I have a house with everything. My mattress isn't stuffed with straw. It's stuffed with paper, if you know what I mean. And she, with all the gentleness in the world, because she knows it takes courage for a man to ask for the hand of a woman, she answers, no. The next one arrives. Ahlan Mouna, remember me? We played together when we were little. Oh, that's Mahmoud, the old man from the little shop, but young. Oh. And she, with all the gentleness in the world, oh, please, don't say no, or my father will marry me to Fatma. And Mouna says, no. So the handsomest man arrive, full of confidence. No. Oh, and then the strongest man. Hello. What? No. And all the village come one by one. And the oldest man, who naturally stayed home because he figured he didn't have a chance, says to himself, well, she doesn't want any of that. Any. I have a chance. He put his clothes, a whole custom from 60 years ago. So he comes too. We all wait for him. We have the time. Aslema, Mouna, Lebes, everything okay? Okay. Unfortunately, my wife has passed away. I even can't remember her face. I would truly, very, very happy if you would be my wife. Oh, you too? Oh, yeah, yes, 2 wives is very good for me. Oh, what? The cane? No, that's nothing. If you, Mouna, you hold me right here like this, and you hold me right here like this, wallahi, the cane, I don't need it, huh? And she, with all the gentleness in the world, she says, no. So we have a feast of non-marriage. But not too much. From the next morning on, Mouna is able to devote herself to her children. Yeah, Yusuf, what do you want to do with your life? I want to be a tailor. A tailor? Yeah, good, very good. Come. Here, put your school smock, huh? And here is your satchel, huh? Oh, listen, to be a tailor, you need to really pay attention, especially in mathematics class. I asked around at the market. A merchant gave me a tip. Ask your teacher. There is something with the number 0. It's very, very important to find out where to put the 0 in the bill, before or after a number. It seems that it can change everything, okay? Go on. Oh, wait. You know what? This morning I was making couscous. I spilled a bit of it on some honey. I didn't clean it right away. It dried. Look, you could eat it as a morning snack, no? Huh? Oh, wait. Here, I'll put some almonds on the top, a piece of paper. Huh? I'm sure it will be a nice invention later on. Huh? And you, Khadija, what do you want to do? Mama, I want to get married young as you, Mama. What do you mean get married young? You're going straight to the school. Yeah, Mama, you married young. I have the right to marry young. I said you're going to school or you're going to feel my foot on your behind. Quick, hurry up. Yeah, Mama. I said you're going to school. And in fact, after school, we're going to sign you up for a gym. Huh? And you're going to lift weights and lift and use machines and whatever it takes. And when you're nice and big and very, very sturdy, we'll find you a husband. About this high. No, this high. Hi, quick, hurry up. And the time goes by so quickly that Yusuf has already finished his study, married and had children. And also Khadija and Zahra and the others. So Mouna leaves her house and does the rounds of her children. She comes to stay with Yusuf and shows his wife how to make couscous. She comes to stay with Khadija and shows her how to peel potato. Might come in handy, you never know. And her grand tour continue. She's stay 2 months with one, 3 months with another. It can take 6 months to a year, but she comes always back to her youngest son, Yusuf. All the grandchildren are spread out at her feet. Ya halla halla, ya mektub halla, ya halla halla, ya mektub halla. Dring, dring, dring. Yeah, Yusuf, huh? There is something is doing dring dring here. Of course, it's the telephone. Oh, I see. Dring, dring. Answer it, huh? Take the thing in your hand. Oh, I see. Dring, dring. Hello? Ah, yeah, Yusuf, it's talking. Of course, put it to your ear. Oh, okay, I see, okay. Hello? Hello? Huh? Ahmed? Ahmed? Oh, Ahmed! Yeah, Yusuf. It's my grandson who left it for Belgium when he was just a boy. How is it going? No. Oh, yeah, Yusuf. Ahmed had a baby, a son. What's his name? Mohsen. Oh, my great-grandmother is so happy that she throws a party for me. She even invites the symphony orchestra of Tunis. Yes, I know this is the hardest part of the story to believe, but it's my story. I can do what I want. The bus arrives, the musicians get off. I don't know if you're familiar with classical Arab music, but there is the violins. There are violins. The hood, sort of double-stringed lute. You play it like that. Tarbuka, tum tum tak, tum tum tak tak, tum tum tak. The flute. I cannot do the sound of the flute, but, and then the taksim. The taksim, it's a kind of harpsichord with metal strings on a plank, played with metal picks on the finger, and you play like that. And then there is the singer. I asked for Kulthum, a kind of Nina Simone of the Arabic world. But she said, no, that's too much asking. So they give me this guy instead. The singer comes in, the orchestra is seated, he takes his place. For him, weddings, funeral, it doesn't matter, sir. Every concert is La Scala. Ya Habib. He was so eager to sing that he has forgotten that in classical Arab music there is the taksim, the ouverture. You, me, and the singer, we all naturally assume that was the end of the singer, the solo. So the singer comes back to the mic. Yeah. I'm really cooking now. Who knows, I might have a second solo in me later. Are you quite done? Maybe not. Suspense. And the singer. I go. Okay, all yours. Does anyone else like a solo? Huh? Or it's my turn now? If you prefer, I can come back later. Huh? No, violins, flute, darbuka, no. In the audience, perhaps someone? No? Huh? I go, huh? If you want, I go. Huh? Yeah? Huh? I'm leaving. Call me back, please. Yeah. That's the first word. You understand, he has to put a period after the first word because he's determined to put an entire opera into the first word. Ya Habib, Ya Habib. Habibi means my love. Huh? Imagine what he does with a sad song. Ya Habib. In classical Arab music, one song is about 1 hour, 1 hour and a quarter. 3 songs and an encore you hear until 3 in the morning. Ya Habib. My great grandmother is singing and dancing her heart out. Everyone is dancing, even babies on all fours with full diapers. And so on we go from marriage to circumcision to engagement. We never stop celebrating. Ya Habib. But from time to time, there is a death. So we take out our sad faces and we weep. We weep as hard as we can. We are careful to weep to the very last tear. We even stretch that one out to be ready for the next time. Ya Habib. The grandchildren grew up and they have children in turn. They are all spread out at her feet, even the neighbors' children. And she looks at them one by one. As for me, I'm still here, right behind her. I've accepted my condition. Ya halla halla, ya miktub halla, ya halla halla, ya miktub halla, ya halla halla, ya miktub halla. And suddenly, the door opens. Hey, Xavier, it's a film about Omi Mouna, so never mind that I'm an actor. You film her, just her. Get it? Ready? Huh? I'm opening the door, okay? Relax, that camera is fully automatic. It films all by itself, okay? Here. Ready? Okay. Go on, film. Omi. Who is it? Mohsen, Ahmed's son, Zahra's grandson. Huh? Ahmed? Zahra? Oh, Ahmed, my grandson who left it for Belgium when he was just a boy. Oh, Mohsen. Oh, you are the one who was born into their telephone. Omi, yes. I'd like to meet you, my best friend. We want to make a film about you. A film about me? Why do you want to make a film about me? Come on, Omi, you lived for a century, 2 world wars. It's incredible. You were there for decolonization, independence, the first automobile, the first airplane, the first car, I don't know. We've been to the moon. Can you tell me, you must have 1,000 stories to tell. I forgot about him. I mean, about me. Huh? Can you tell me? Oh, I hear you were really beautiful, so beautiful, and to protect yourself from French soldier who took pretty girls, you rubbed charcoal on your face like this. Is that true? Huh? Can you tell me the story? Come on, zoom. Oh, look at her wrinkled face, cracked like a scorched landscape. Oh, and her forehead with Berber tattoos. Oh, the audience will eat it up. Oh, come on, zoom in. I said zoom in, film. Hey, Mohsen, it's okay. Huh? Omi, Omi, yeah. Can you tell me a story? Your husband, for instance. I hear he was really, really... Hey, don't worry, Mohsen. Don't worry. Ya Mohsen, you are too young to sing, too young to think, too young. Exactly. Hey, you're not your father, right? Omi Mouna. It's Mohsen. I know. Can you see me? Oh, not too good. My eyes are tired. Would you like to sing a song? I can't, Mohsen. My voice is rusty. Okay. And what about dancing? Want to dance? Come on, dance. Why do you want me to dance? You were dancing before. No. I was young. I can't dance anymore. Come on, dance. I swear to you, I'm not going to dance. Come on. Dance with me. Come on. You must. No. Now, my son, it's your turn to dance. Huh? Ya Habibi. حبيبي حبيبي On the light with Laetitia, Zach Fraser, who worked with me for the English version, Leanna Brodie, as you heard, for the translation, all the team of Infinity, everyone work in his post. I don't know how it's like that. Tristan, Riley, Carrie, David, who adapted the light. So everyone, thank you very much. But you also, thank you for coming. We have a little gift or something for you. Actually, the film que je parle, what I'm talking about with Xavier existed really. It's called Omi Mouna's Secrets, and we're going to give you a little card with a link to Vimeo with a password just for you, the people who come to see it, and you can see the documentary about my great-grandmother. And so, as I say, it's not a homework. you do what you want. And I know, I said before because I think it's important. Sometimes when you read a novel, you prefer to stay with the imagination, you know? And then sometimes you are disappointed or not so happy to see the film, you know? I think your imagination is the most powerful, and thanks a lot to your imagination tonight because you were with me. And so you look it if you want it.